Go into the sitting room. You'll find Beatrice there, talking to Claudio and the prince. Tell her that Ursula and I are walking in the garden and that we're talking about her. Tell her that she should sneak into the arbor where the branches are covered with honeysuckles. She can hide there and eavesdrop on our conversation. This is your job. Do it well. I'll make her come right away. All right, Ursula. As Beatrice arrives, we'll be walking up and down this alley and speaking about nothing but Benedict. Whenever I mention him, praise him. I will talk about how Benedict is deeply in love with Beatrice. We'll make our arrows the same way Cupid does, with gossip and rumor. All right, Ursula. As Beatrice arrives, we'll be walking up and down this alley and speaking about nothing but Benedict. Whenever I mention him, praise him. I will talk about how Benedict is deeply in love with Beatrice. We'll make our arrows the same way Cupid does, with gossip and rumor.
The part of fishing is watching the fish. Swim through the water and take the bait. Now we're fishing for Beatrice, who's hiding right now in the honeysuckle bushes. Don't worry, I'll do my part.
Let's get closer so she can hear all the false, sweet bait we're setting for her. No, really, Ursula. She's too scornful. She's as devious and fierce as the wild hawks.
But are you sure that Benedict loves her that much?
That's what the prince and my fiancé says.
And did they ask you to tell Beatrice about this?
They did want me to tell her, but I persuaded them that if they truly cared for Benedict, they would try to get him to battle to his end.
Why did you do that? Doesn't Benedict deserve as much love with a buddy as he would have to with Beatrice?
He deserves all that a man might possess, but nature never made a woman's heart as proud and tough as Beatrice's. There is scorn in her eyes, and those sparkling eyes despise everything they look upon. She values her smarts more highly than anything else. She looks weak by comparison. She's so in love with herself, she's incapable of loving anyone else. She can't even imagine what love is.
Yes, you're right. It would be bad if she knew about Benedict's love very bad.
It's true. Whenever she meets a man, she changes all his good qualities so they end up looking bad. If he has a hot complexion, she'll say the pretty man should be her sister, not her husband. If he's dark-skinned, nature must have spilled some ink while drawing his foolish face. If he's tall, she'll say he's a spear topped by an odd oval head. If he's short, she says he looks like a badly curved miniature if he's talkative. He's a weatherman, moving in all directions at once. If he's silent, he's a block that can't be moved at all. And so she turns men inside out and never acknowledges the beauty that they have.
Hard to please her, though.
No, it certainly is not admirable to be so perverse and odd, but who would dare tell her? If I said something, she'd mock me. She'd laugh me right out of my body and kill me with her smarts. So Benedict should conceal his emotions, like a fire that gets covered up. Benedict should smother his love. It would be better to die that way than to die from being mocked, which is as bad as being killed by quickness.
But you should tell her about this and hear what she has to say.
No, instead I'll go to Benedict and tell him to fight his emotions. I'll make up some awful things about my cousin and ruin her reputation. You don't know how quickly affection can be killed with a single bad word.
Oh, don't hurt your cousin like that. With the quick, intelligent brain she's rumored to have, she can't really be such a bad judge of character that she'd refuse a man as heavily signature Benedict.
He's the only worthy man in Italy, aside from my lovely Claudio.
Don't be angry with me for speaking my mind, but throughout Italy, Benedict is considered the best man in looks, bearing smarts and bravery.
True, he has an exquisite reputation.
He's excellent to earn it. He had it when are you married, madam? And he deserves it, having been amazing before he had a reputation for it. When are you getting married?
I'm burning up with shame. Can this be true? Do people criticize me this much of being proud? Then I'll say goodbye to my pride and being unmarried. No good is spoken of such a person as me behind her back. Benedict, keep on loving me, and I will return your love, like a wild hog being tamed. I'll be kind to you from now on, and if you really do love me, with a wedding band, people say that you deserve my love, and I believe it. Not just because they say